Good morning, everybody. I'm coming in a few minutes early just to make sure that this is working this morning, and it looks like it is. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I hope you all had a great weekend. Happy International Women's Day. I celebrate all my fellow incredible, amazing women on this special day. We all are in this together. And also still focusing on National Nutrition Month. So today I thought I would just hit on a little bit the fact if we're getting enough protein in our diets, and because especially as we age, we have to preserve that muscle mass because we lose, every year. So are you getting enough protein in? Do you know how much you should be taking in on a daily basis? So according to the recommended daily allowance, you need 0.8 grams per 2.2 pounds of body weight. So for an example, like a 150-pound woman would need like 55 grams of protein per day. And a 180-pound man would need about 65 grams per day. And it's usually a good rule of thumb to spread that out throughout the day so we can digest it properly. So just some examples of protein would be like, let's say a 6-ounce serving of Greek yogurt is 18 grams. 1/2 cup of cottage cheese is 14 grams. A 3-ounce skinless chicken breast is 28 grams. So a good rule of thumb, 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. If for breakfast, you're just usually eating like oatmeal or whole grain cereal, which is all great source of whole grain carbohydrates, right? Maybe you want to add in like an egg or a turkey sausage or a cup of Greek yogurt to get that protein in. I want to just say hi to Ginny. Hi, Ildy. Happy Monday. I know, happy International Women's Day. I celebrate you all. Hi, Deborah. How you doing? I'm just going over some of the points about protein and how necessary it is to get the proper amount into our daily diet, so important. I wanted to also touch on, because it's important during events in an older adult's life that, might force them into a situation of muscle disuse, like let's say a hip or knee replacement. And then, also to think if you get too little protein, may not adequately stimulate the uptake of amino acids into the skeletal muscle. And then lastly, to limit your intake of red meat, but when you do eat it, make sure it's nice and lean. I'm gonna post all this stuff after the fact, so if you miss it, don't worry. I'm also gonna post some more protein sources that you can look at. And just kind of ask yourself that question, are you getting enough protein in your diet on a daily basis? So I hope you all had a great weekend. I did. I went with my girlfriends to Buena Vista, which is so beautiful. There are just deer roaming everywhere. And we went to the hot springs, and it was a glorious day. And, just it was really nice just to be in nature and to be with my wonderful, positive girlfriends. I'm wondering what you did. Oh, and by the way, Barney, oh my gosh, can we just talk about how much fun he had? Because Jen brought her beautiful Pomsky Zeppelin, and Lori brought her sweet, sweet dog Chance, so they just had a ball. Anyway, so today's focus is gonna be primarily on the lower body. So I'm gonna warm you up from the ankles to the knees, to the hips, to the glutes, to the low back. We're gonna get into some board basics and some good balance work. So if you're ready, you don't need the bands today. You need your chair, of course, your towel and your water, and we're just gonna get started. okay? Barney's just gonna like take a chill pill over here. Sunny in Seattle. It's kind of overcast here, but it's 64 degrees, you know? All right, let me turn on some music and I am just gonna get started. I'm gonna have the chair right here and let's just do this. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is warm up our ankles. So I want to just use the chair here so you can bring that knee up hip level and keep that standing leg slightly bent and then just start rotating. And you know, you just want to go through that full range of motion, okay? Stand up nice and tall. Abdominals are in, always to protect your low back. And that standing leg is bent to protect your knee, okay? So try to go inch by inch, feeling every single bit of that rotation in your foot, in your ankle. And then you can rotate to the opposite direction. And you're not holding your breath here, okay? So I know we have a tendency when we're focusing on something to maybe hold our breath. So you're just breathing normally here. And then you're gonna relax that leg down. Now, obviously that's also activating the hip flexor, just holding the knee up there, right? So bring the other knee up hip level and start doing those slow, easy rotations. You feeling good this morning? Did you get a good amount of sleep? What do you usually have for breakfast? Did you get some protein in there? I mean, that's kind of the topic for the day, along with, of course, you know, just a solid nutrition program to make sure you're living your best life, feeling your best, having the energy that you require, fueling your body, your muscles, your bones. And now rotate in the opposite direction. And then you are going to release and just kick it out a little bit. And now from here, we're going to further work on those ankles. I do have my board turned around, so the red activator ball is near me. So I'm going to give you a second if you need to turn that board around. Sorry, I forgot to mention that from the top. That's okay. If you've already turned it around, let's just do some of those steps in place, pushing that heel down, keeping that board center. And then if you've got that board turned around now, we're gonna, you know, stabilize ourselves first, always. Get that board center. Put the ball of your foot up on that red activator ball. And again, start going through those rotations. Now you are thinking about pressing into the edges, the outside edge, the inside edge. And I also love this because you know we're starting to open up the hips. Keep that standing leg bent and a light placement with the hands on those poles, okay? Always trying to maintain that center on the board. Open that hip. And really work that foot and ankle. And we're just going to do 2 more of these. And then place the foot back down. Okay, and we're going to switch. So first you are pressing the ball of your foot into that red activator ball. Then start going through that rotation. And you know what? Everybody's range of motion is different here. It's completely okay. You do not have to, you know, feel like you have to go to where I'm going. You're just listening to your own body. The main things here, you don't want to lock out that standing leg. Too much pressure on the knee, right? You want to stay tall and And you really want to think again about those edges. Pushing, pressing into the outside, pressing into the inside. And you can go as slow as you need to here. Just taking extra care in warming up those ankles and those feet. And one more, and then place it down. Okay, now it's time to warm up your calf muscles. So go into your calf raise, drop the heel. Lift, drop. Lift, press the heel down. Come all the way up onto the balls of those feet. Exhale as you come up. Drop those shoulders. I don't want the shoulders up here. Relax that tension in your shoulders. It's so weird, right? If some mornings I pop in and everything goes smoothly, and then some mornings, internet not happening, connection not working. I'm just really pleased it's working today. Exhale up. We're going to do 4 more. You feeling those calf muscles? Okay, one more. We're going to hold this one at the top. Hold, press. Little presses up, up. 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Release. Now look, bring the heels together and the toes are out. So we're just going to work those calf muscles at a different angle. You're still coming all the way up on the balls of those feet if you can. Exhale at the top. So I'd love to hear from you guys after the fact how much protein you get into your diet during the day, what your usual breakfast and lunch and dinner looks like. And of course, if you are vegan, you can certainly let me know that as well. It's just something to focus on this month. 2 more times. I'm really feeling this. Last one, hold it. Tight presses up, up. And hold it up. Release it down. Oof. I'm going to kick it out a little bit before I go into the last one. We did a lot of little hikes, mini hikes this weekend along the river. It is so lovely. Okay, now we're going to bring the toes together and the heels out. Are you ready? Get that board center. Here we go. Lift, lift. 4 more times. 1 and 2. 3, last one, hold it up. Tight presses up. And hold it up there. And release. Whew. Let's kick it out. That really warmed up my calf muscles. I hope yours are too. Just release it. Good, now step it out. Now we are going to go into, we're just going to step right up onto that red ball with the right foot. We're going to press forward, and then if you can, lift, come back down and down. Step up with the opposite leg, press forward, keep that board center, lift, come down and down. Now you can go really slow like this, or you can speed it up a little bit if you like. It's up to you. The main focus right now is just maintaining that center balance on the board. Use your breath. Starting to work that brain-body connection. Working on that joint stability. And we're just going to do 4 more of these. How stable do you feel? And then we're just going to step it out. Now we're going to step up again, and this time we're going to lift the knee up. So first, press those heels down, relax those shoulders, step up, press into that ball, lift the knee, drop it down, step down. And we're going to alternate, and again, you're going to go as slow as you need to. We're just doing a nice, easy warm up here for our lower body. Properly preparing our bodies. Exhale as you lift that knee. And make sure when you place that foot, you feel solid before you lift, okay? Are you able to keep the board center? I'm struggling a little bit. And one more each side. And step it out. Just push that heel down into the floor. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Push both heels down. I'm going to turn my board around. And get a drink of water if you need one. I do. Now what we're going to do is focus a little bit more on our knees. So now you are going to step up behind the number 1 with the right foot. Lift the left leg. Find that center with the board. When you find that center, now you're keeping that standing leg bent, extend. Extend. Exhale as you extend that leg. Are you able to keep the knee up hip level? Don't worry if you can't. Just do the best you can. But use your breath. Engage your core. For 4, 3, 2, last one. And bring it in, step it back, step it down. Let's switch. Step up, find that center, bring the knee up, tuck that pelvis under, extend. Now, because your foot is in dead center on the board, you are working those proprioceptors a little bit more to try to find that center balance. Use your breath. How are you doing? 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's hold it at the top. Bring it in, step it down, and press the heel down. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Push both heels down. Okay, now we are going to step and do a leg curl. So step up, leg curl, down and down. Step up, leg curl. You're stepping up to that middle line. Use your breath. Just warming up our hamstrings now. My shoelaces are so long, I just step on them so many times, right? Be careful that you don't do that. You double knot them, okay? Keep that board center, drop those shoulders, use your breath. And we're going to do 4 more. 1, curl. 2, curl. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. Now we're going to bring it up and we are going to hold it. Keep finding that center, engage your core, use your breath. First, one leg balance up here. Is that standing leg bent? Are you able to find your center? And then step it down, knee lifts before we switch. Just to give yourself a little break, release those lower body muscles. For 4, 3, and 2. Last one here. And we're gonna switch. You ready? Step up, lean into it a little bit, curl, hold center. Strengthening those knees, your ankles. Think about those pressure points in your feet always. Picking that focal point, pull those abdominals in. Drop the shoulders and breathe. Are you with me on this? Okay. Release, release. Lift those knees. You can speed it up or you can slow it down. It's up to you. Keep going. I have to double knot this so I don't step on it and take a tumble. You don't want that. For 4 more, 1, lift, 2, 3, and 4, good. Okay, step it out a little bit. Now we are gonna step behind the 2 and the 2. So first drop those heels. Step up, step up. We're gonna go rock side to side. Just shift that body weight. So think about pressing into the edge of that foot. Just nice and easy. And when you're feeling comfortable, when you're ready, let's find that center. Tuck that pelvis under, breathing. And then rock side to side again. We're really easing in today. I like to just have the focus on the lower body because we can be so much more thorough, right? And now what we're gonna do is drop the board to the side, step behind the 1 and the 1. And again, just do that hip shift side to side. Pressing into the edge of that foot. And then when you're ready, let's find that center. Are you able to find it quicker? I bet you are. Now, if you're just starting, don't worry about it. I can't see who's in with me, but I'm happy you're here and joining me on a Monday morning. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start warming up those abductors. So first, we're just gonna do that shift and lift, shift and lift. So you are just thinking about, you know, that heel coming up first. So your foot is parallel to the floor. Forgot to take my bands off the outside. I always kind of forget something. I think working with the 60 up, I'm gonna get smarter. My memory is gonna improve, right? Keep your knees soft. Does not matter how high that leg lifts. I'm obviously having to limit my range of motion because of the bands being there, but if you want to lift your leg higher, go for it, but only if you can keep that foot parallel to the floor. You feeling it? For 4, and lift. 3, and 2. Last one here, and then find that center again. Tuck that pelvis under. Pull those abs in. Breathing. And then if you feel really stable and you want to try to take one hand off now, and if that feels good, I'm still wobbly. But if you're feeling stable, take the other hand off. I'm not quite there. Okay, here I go. Breathing deeply. And then if you'd like to try to turn your head to the right, bring your head center. Turn your head to the left. And bring it center. And then you can release. How did you do with that? Rock side to side. Now let's rock and step it out. Release, release. That was a little more challenging. So again, you know the drill, right? You're listening to your own bodies. You're going at your own pace. You don't have to prove anything. Just every time you show up, you're doing the best you can. All right, that's what it's all about. 4, step, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Now rock the board down, step down and down, step it out. Now if you'd like to get a drink of water, I'm going to do it. Okay, so now it's time to focus on the inner thighs. So feet a little wider apart, toes out, and just go into that nice side lunge. Make sure those knees are tracking over your toe line, so look down. Keep the board center. And you can lean into this a little bit if you want to go a little deeper. It's up to you. Press into that side lunge. You should really feel this in your inner thighs. Press. You can speed it up if you like to. You don't have to. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold to the side. Breathe into that. And then slowly coming to the other side, press and breathe into it. And then bring it up, keep the toes all the way out. And if you feel ready, and the board is center, let's go into a plie and up. So press, push those feet into the floor to get your body weight back up. Press, push the heels into the floor, squeeze up into the glutes at the top. So if you just need to do a modifier, or if you feel any pain in your knees, then please just march in place or do some calf raises or work on finding your center balance on the board. Just don't force anything, okay? Press, push, squeeze. We're gonna do 4 more of these. That's 1. How are you doing? And last one, we're gonna hold it at the bottom, hold. And then push it up, squeeze the glutes. Turn the toes to the front, bend the knees, and let's just do a side step. Tap the calf muscle. Release your lower body. Working it out. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it center, march it out. If you don't want to march, you can step it, but use those arms. Come down soft into the floor. We're never pounding the floor, you know. Let's get your heart rate up a little bit here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, step it. And then press those heels both down. Release the arms, roll the shoulders, get a quick drink of water. And we are going to go into our squat combination because your lower body should be nice and warmed up, nice and ready. So first, we're going to step behind that 2 and 2, rock side to side. And right away, we're going to find that center. You got it? Push the hips back. Relax your grip. And then go into the slow squat and then up. You can do a modified squat. You do not have to come down as deep as I am. And if this bothers your knees whatsoever, just focus on finding that center and build up on how long you can hold it. I am squeezing my glutes slightly at the top without throwing my back into it, pressing those hips all the way back, making sure my body is in proper alignment so those knees are not coming together or bowing out. All the energy and emphasis you should feel really in the glutes here, not your knees. So chest up, straight spine. How are you doing? Let's get 4 more. Feels good. You feeling strong? I hope so. We're gonna do 1 more of these, and then we're gonna hold it at the bottom for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bring it up. Squeeze the tush. Rock side to side. Let's step and tap it out. Release, release. For 4, and 3, and 2. Last one here. Drop the board, step it down and down, step it out. Okay, now we are going to step at a diagonal with that leg curl. So come to about a 45-degree angle here. Drop the board. So we're going to step up behind that number 3 and do that leg curl, and then we're going to alternate, okay? So first, push both heels down. Ready? Step up, curl, step down, and down. Step up, curl. So take your time. This is really good for working on that reaction time. Focus on the pressure points in your feet so you're really stable when you go into that leg curl. I kind of like to look straight ahead. Just focus on the back of your leg, your hamstrings. And if you want to speed it up, you feel really good, go for it. I'm going to keep it at this pace because really this is more of a beginner workout with some intermediate moves, no doubt. And now we're going to go into those repeaters on the next time. So we're going to do 8 repeaters. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it up. Hold it here. Standing leg bent. Are you feeling solid? You can put one arm in front. If you're feeling really confident, pick that focal point, engage your abs. Here we go. And breathe. And then release that leg. We're going to go back into alternating. We're just going to do this 4 times, and then we're going to go into the repeaters on the other side. So this is 3. And 4. And now we're going to go into those repeaters. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it at the top. Engage your core. Are you stable and confident? If so, let's do it. Use your breath. Think about those pressure points in your feet. Mine are working like crazy. And release, step down, step down. Whew, that was good. I mean, I feel really strong today. How are you feeling? Did you wake up on the right side of the bed? I hope so. I'm enjoying these last couple of days that's going to be like in the 60s because we're going to be getting hit, like I think with like 4 days in a row of snow. You know, it's spring snow time. Well, it's not quite spring, but you know what I'm saying, right? Keep the board center when you're doing this. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Side step it here. Okay, we're gonna go back into those abductors now. So turn to the side. Keep side stepping. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna plant both feet. We are gonna step up to that middle line. We're gonna go into that side leg lift. Okay, so here we go. Step up, lift, step down, and down. Step up, lead with the heel, step down, and down. That leg comes directly to the side of your body. We're not worried about how high the leg goes up. We're focusing on that foot staying parallel to the floor. Leading with the heel of that foot. Use your breath. And we're going to do 4 more. That's 2, and 3, and 4. Now we're going to stay up there and we're going to go into those repeaters. How are you doing? Two more times. Hold it at the top. And release. Woo! Let's just rock forward and back. So press into the heels, into the balls of the feet, into the heels. And then we are going to try to find that center right away. Tuck that pelvis under. Pick a focal point. Engage your core. Think about those feet. Are you balanced out? I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm hanging in there. And then drop the board. How did you do? Step down, and we are going to switch to the other side. So first drop the board, step, step. So nice, easy side step here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now plant those feet. Are you ready? We're going to step up again to that center line and do that side leg lift. Here we go. Step, lift, down, and down. Take your time. Think about that proper body alignment. Use your breath. 4 more times, and then we're going to do those repeaters. 3, 4. Are you ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Standing leg bent. 4 more times. And hold it at the top. Woo. Release it. Forward and back. That one always gets me. Does it get you too? That outer thigh. Dang. It's always interesting when I go away on these weekends because these gals are so much younger than me. But you know what? I keep up with them. I'm 20 years older and actually 30 years older than one of them. Okay, now let's find that center. Tuck that pelvis under. Here we go. How quick can you find your center? Do you notice improvement here? I'm better on this side. And then drop the board, come down and down. Side step it here. Just work it out a little bit. You can lift your foot off the floor. Release, release. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now kick your butt. Come down, soften to the floor. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, and walk. Lift your knees, lift. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good, now step, and we're gonna go back into inner thigh. If you need to get a quick drink of water, please do. I'm gonna do it. You feeling this in your lower body? Okay, we are gonna drop the board. Step up at an angle, a diagonal, I should say, behind 3. And the other 3. So open those hips. Rock side to side. Think about that foot pressure as you press, press. And when you're feeling good, let's do it. Let's find that center. Open those knees. Tuck that pelvis under. Tighten your glutes. Drop your shoulders. You can take your toes out even further if that feels okay into a plie position. And if you're feeling solid and you want to try to go into the rep, push those heels into the board, squeeze up into your glutes. Press, push, squeeze. How are you doing? You don't have to do the full plie. You're listening to your knees. Okay, if your knees are talking to you loudly, then we are going to do a partial, and we're gonna bring our toes back at a diagonal, okay? No need to force anything here. Just finding your center balance, you're working. My inner thighs are definitely weaker. It's a smaller muscle group, most people, same. So it's really important to strengthen them. For 4, press, squeeze up. 3, and 2, and 1. Now we are gonna hold it down if you can. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, squeeze it up. Woo! Toes pointing forward. Let's release it. How did you do with that? Good? For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Drop the board, step down and down. Let's march it out. Release. Coming down soft into that floor. Now we're going to do that opposite knee, opposite arm lift. Open your side body here. Work it for 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and march. I wanted to give you a little bit more of a break because the last exercise we're going to do is that reverse lunge. So that can be quite challenging. So when when you're ready, you're gonna plant your heels down. Now, you're gonna step up to that middle line. You're gonna bring your knee up. You're gonna step all the way back, pull the body weight back, do a vertical drop, and then pull up, step back, go into that vertical drop. Lift the knee, step back, pull the weight. So you do that vertical drop, lift the knee. Give yourself enough room when you step back. Lift your chest, vertical drop. Lift, step back. Now if you just want to do the lift the knee and step to the floor, push your heel down, that's great. Just work on keeping that center balance. Otherwise, we're really testing your strength here in your lower body. And also another thing you can do, if this feels too intense, is alternate your legs. I'm just giving you a little bit more of a challenge for the last exercise of the day. This works all the major muscle groups in your lower body, and that's the focus for today. But I am working like crazy, trying to keep the board center, using my breath here, listening to my knees, really feeling it in my glutes. And we're gonna do 2 more of these. And on the last one, we are gonna hold it up, okay? We're gonna hold it up. We're gonna hold, find that center. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. Now you can just stay here if you'd like to even further challenge yourself and come up into a calf raise. Now I don't know about you. I don't feel strong enough to take my hands off, but you might. This is where, you know, we're all at different levels. So if you want to try it, if you're feeling that stable, then you do that, okay? Drop the heel. Step back. Step back. I felt that. Lift your knee. You know, we still got another side to do. So I'll give you a little bit of a break in the action here. You see somebody across the street with a giant bouquet of balloons. Balloons make me happy. For 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good, let's kick our butts. Release, release. You don't have to bounce, just step and curl, step and curl. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side step. So this workout today is pretty straightforward because I've definitely been going from the feet, the ankles, to the quads, to the hamstrings, to the abductors, to the adductors. So love that extra focus on building that strength and endurance in our lower body. Now let's step at center, push the heel down. Whew. And if you're ready, what can I tell you? I'm sorry, we got another side to do. Okay, push the heels down, find that center. Are you ready? Step up, pull the knee up, step back far enough, pull your body weight away from the poles so you can do that vertical drop. Lift, step all the way back, drop down. Your knee does not have to touch the floor. Step back, sink down. Let your breath power this exercise. I like to exhale as I pull up because that's when I'm exerting the most energy, right? But again, please listen to your body. If you need to do that modifier, you please do that, okay? That brain body focus is working. Your lower body is working. Your core is working. Focus again on those pressure points in your feet, especially when you step down, to really stabilize. We're going to do 3 more and then we're going to hold it at the top. How are you doing with this? Last challenge of the day. Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's find that center. Breathing. Now you can stay here. If you feel like trying to come up into that calf raise, go for it. If you're feeling strong and stable, you want to take those hands off, go for it. I'm not going to do it today. This is good enough. This is a good enough challenge for me. Press that heel down. Step back. Woo, step back. Release. Let's march it out. How did you do? I want to hear about it. Okay, nice and slow. Knee and opposite arm lift. Let's start just cooling it down. Use your breath. And you know by now, right, that the chair's there if you ever need to take a seat, if you ever need to have a break. You know, even if you do take a seat, maybe you're just marching, you know, while you're sitting, or you're doing big arm circles. Reach, extend through those fingertips for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hands on the poles. Slow hamstring curls. 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And go into that side step. For 4, and 3, 2, and last one here. Then bring it center. Let's go into that hip rotation out. Standing leg stays bent. For 4, and 3. 2, last one. And switch. Here we go. Rotate. You can keep your foot on the floor if you need to. Keep the hips facing forward. Go to your natural range of motion here one more time. Good, now step it back. Let's go into our low back stretch. Neck is nice and long. And breathe. The low back, it's a lot of work when you're working your lower body. So it's really important to stretch that out, to use the power of your breath. And then very slowly coming up, walking it forward. And we're going to go into our hamstring stretch. So step all the way back, push that heel into the floor, and just breathe into that tight calf muscle. And then slowly release and switch. Remember, we're taking that slow count in through the nose, holding the breath, exhaling slowly through the mouth. Just sink into that stretch on the exhale. And then release, standing up. Come to the side. We're going to do the stagger stance for our hamstring. So step forward and then step back. And with a straight leg, hinge forward just until you feel a stretch. And hold and breathe. Make sure both toes are pointing straight ahead. So you're always in that nice, proper alignment. And then slowly bringing it back up. Step forward. Bring the leg up. Grab your ankle. Get those knees on the same level. Press the hip forward. Drop the shoulders. And breathe into your quadriceps. And then slowly release that leg. And we're going to switch. Step forward. Hinge from the waist to a flat back position with straight legs. Both toes are pointing straight ahead. And breathe. Are you able to fill those lungs completely with that breath in? And then slowly bringing it up. Step forward. Bring that knee up, grab your ankle, press those hips forward, and breathe. And then release and just kick it out a little bit. And I'm going to come on over for my hip stretch. See what's going on with you guys. Getting one more drink of water. How did you guys do? You had to cut out early, that's okay, LD. Always really wonderful to have you join. Hi Craig, hi Ken, hi Pat. Okay, I'm gonna go into my hip stretch while sitting here. If you have any questions, concerns, please don't hesitate on shooting me a message. Again, don't forget to get that protein, that proper protein into your diet. So I'm wondering, like for lunch, how are you gonna incorporate your protein? You know, even if you have like, let's say a big vegetable salad, if you just get some chicken breast and just slice up some chicken breast, you know, the portion should be like the palm of your hand. That's a good rule of thumb for portion. And then just use a really great, I like to use flaxseed oil and then some really good balsamic, and put some sliced avocado in there for my healthy fat, and either like a scoop of tuna or the sliced chicken breast or even some turkey. Sometimes even like a scoop of low-fat cottage cheese, just to make sure you get your protein in there. If you have a half of a sandwich and some soup, maybe it's a whole grain bread with some turkey. It's just spreading that protein out during the day and getting enough grams. And again, I'll post all this information after, so if you missed it, you can take a peek and look at your own healthy eating plan, and ask yourself again, am I getting enough protein? For dinner, I always love to have, that's when I really like to have my fish, usually like salmon and asparagus and broccoli and cauliflower and carrots. That's like my go-to, really. But I also love red snapper and halibut and cod and all that. I love it. Or, you can again have a chicken breast for dinner with some veggies. Just get that protein in, okay? You were a little weak today. I'm so sorry to hear that, Pat, but you know what? By showing up, by being consistent, you're going to build your strength. You're going to build your endurance. So this is really about being patient with your journey, and it's okay, because every day I wake up, I feel a little different. Today I happen to wake up feeling pretty energized and pretty strong, but there are days I wake up and I've got a massive headache, from the dryness here, or allergies or sinuses or whatever, or maybe I didn't get sufficient sleep. So it really is important to listen to your body, and never force anything. That's the key element, I believe. So, well, that's all the comments I can see right now. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I really enjoyed teaching it. I'm getting stronger every single day. And I just feel really blessed and grateful to be part of the 60 Up team. And I'm really grateful for all of you for joining me and letting me be your coach. So honestly, you can just reach out anytime with whatever, maybe you have a thought during the day, or you just had a question about something. I'll try my very best to answer it to the best of my ability. I might have to confer with Dan and Kathy, but we're all here to help you succeed and live your best life, right? Live with vitality. Yay. Have a beautiful day. Bye, everybody.